What's happening right now in Iran was predicted about 7 years ago by the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. Let me roll the tape.
The war in the Middle East is pulled by you using your surrogates at the insistence of Israel. Then the war will trigger another kind of war which will bring China, Russia, all of the nations into a war. And it bothers me to say this to you, Mr. President, but the war will end America as you know it. These sanctions are the predicate for a new war, a war in the Middle East that would be a trigger to the greatest war that has ever been, the war of Armageddon, spoken of in the Bible.
The Iranians. You don't see them starting no war with nobody.
That's correct.
Ask Mr. Trump. In the history of Iran, show me where they attacked some other nation trying to take their wealth as you do, as America does. Show it to me. See, when you know the truth, see, can't nobody punk you unless you just want to be a punk. America's about to go to war. And when she goes to war, she wants black and brown bodies. Now you're useful. They don't give a doggone about how black lives matter until they want to use black lives to accomplish their wicked ends. They're trying to provoke Iran. I would like to say to the President, it would not be a wise move for you, because you're already $23 trillion in debt, and you don't have any money to prosecute a war. So if you don't have the money to prosecute a war, the Federal Reserve is printing money every day. So you will have to come to the Federal Reserve to borrow money that you don't have to prosecute a war in a time when any little thing could cause the dollar to fall and the stocks to fall. Respectfully say to the President, I cannot back you if you're going to send American soldiers to war to die because you want that man out of power and you're meddling in the affairs of his country. I don't think no young soldier should go. Just say hell no. I won't go. And adopt the Muslim position. We do not believe that we who declared ourselves to be righteous Muslims should be engaged in wars which take the lives of human beings, especially when we have nothing to gain from it. Unless you give us the necessary territory wherein we'll have something to fight for. But to go and spend our lives so you can use their oil and ruin their country? You got over the banking system. You are telling the banks the man got gold in England. He's asking for them to send some of his gold back so that he can turn that gold to feed his people. President send word, you don't give him nothing. See, you're gangsters. Our president is making moves as a king. The former president, Barack Obama, and his Secretary of State, John Kerry, came up with an agreement with Iran and 5 of the strong members of the Security Council, the permanent members, that would keep Iran from developing an atomic bomb or weapon. Iran never said that's what they wanted. But when you're guilty of evil and you see they have the technical knowledge to go to get a bomb, your fear of their having it causes you to say and do things. So this agreement was to limit and make it impossible for Iran to develop a nuclear weapon. Five plus one signed that agreement. China, Germany, France, England, America. But the king said, I don't like that. So he didn't feel bound to anything that his predecessor worked out. So he said, scrap it, and walked out on it without even considering what his predecessor had done with the cooperation of the 5 permanent members of the Security Council of the United Nations. He didn't like it. They talked about the money that they gave to Iran. They didn't give Iran no money. They had over $150 billion of Iran's money that they were holding. And part of the agreement was you'd give them back some of their money. Not all of it. And the demon was upset because he had to give back something that he felt he should keep. See, these are thugs. Now, we just went to Iran maybe 6 to 8 months ago. The minister spoke to the supreme leader, spoke to some of the highest religious authorities in Iran. Iran has 80 to 90 million people in love with the Mahdi, who are willing at any moment moment's notice to give their lives as a sacrifice for El Mahdi. So I went to Iran with a team. Brother Leonard, Brother Akbar, my son Mustafa, the Imam Sultan Rahman Muhammad, and my security people. It wasn't about making no accommodation with Iran. While I was on the airplane going to Iran, I was saying my prayers in the little cubby hole in the first class section. And I started to weep because in the middle of my prayer and my crying, because I wanted to be sure that that's what Allah wanted me to do. And I was assured that I was in the right place at the right time. I want you to listen. Yes, sir. What was my instruction? Since they love the Mahdi, I came there to introduce them to the man that they hope for. And I was reminded of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, sending emissaries to Persia, to Rome, to Egypt, announcing himself as a messenger of God and warning them of the calamities or the wars that would happen to them. I never went there saying nothing about me being no messenger. I just went there delivering a message. Sometimes the weight of the message that you deliver tells the people that receive it who you are. Imam Sultan is here. When we got to Iran, I sent for him. I said, give me the knowledge of the history of the Prophet, peace be upon him, when he sent a message to the Khosrows of Persia, the Caesar of Rome, the leader of Egypt and Ethiopia. When he gave me a synopsis of it, well, I thought you knew. Well, man does know. But I want to be sure I didn't have my books there. I had a message to deliver. It had nothing to do with the books, but I wanted to see where my feet were going. So everybody that went with me, you know that I met with the generals, the supreme leader, the religious thinkers, and I told them that El Mahdi had visited with us. Wait now. If they had accepted that, 80 million of them would be behind us. I mean, not that we need 80 million people behind us. We have Allah and His Mahdi behind us. Now, America is provoking Iran. Iran has some technology that shot down an unmanned drone. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that it was 20-some miles in outer space over territorial waters belonging to Iran, and Iran shot it down. I mean, when you shoot down something that's far out, your technology must be pretty heavy. And then Iran told them you had another plane there too with people on it. We could have shot that down as well. Now, the world is not afraid of America. But our president wants the world to fear him. So coming out of the White House, they said that if Iran purifies some of that uranium, Israel would attack Iran and America would back Israel. This is from the senator from South Carolina. What's that got to do with your subject? America's about to go to war. And when she goes to war, she wants black and brown bodies. Now you're useful. They don't give a doggone about how black lives matter until they want to use black lives to accomplish their wicked ends. They're trying to provoke Iran. I would like to say to the President, Mr. President, it would not be a wise move for you, because you're already $23 trillion in debt. And you don't have any money to prosecute a war. So if you don't have the money to prosecute a war, the Federal Reserve is printing money every day. So you will have to come to the Federal Reserve to borrow money that you don't have to prosecute a war in a time when any little thing could cause the dollar to fall and the stocks to fall.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Furaha if you're watching me for the first time. Now guys, I know that you have thoughts about this video that you have watched, and you love this man and how he articulates himself, and his thought process is something that provokes white people, because he's always saying the truth and he says it as it is. Now most white people do not like that. They do not like the fact that he speaks for black people, and he, you know, he doesn't fear anyone. He says it the way that he knows it is. Yeah, so guys, I do not want to say so much about that. I know that you have enjoyed the video. You have gathered a few points here and there that you'd like to share with us in the comment section. I'm requesting you to kindly do that. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this video, about what he has said throughout this video, and the main points that you have captured for yourselves, and what you think should be done to make sure that the world does not head in the direction that he has warned about. Now, put in mind that this video was made 7 years ago, and so we are kind of just living the video. You know, it's coming to actualization, it's coming true. Whatever he prophesied is actually now happening, and people can see it, and they now know that he wasn't lying. He saw what many others would not have seen that time. Now guys, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. People that are joining us for the first time, my name is Furaha. I'm kindly requesting you to subscribe to my channel, be part of this amazing family. And returning subscribers, my friends, my company, you know, my people, thank you so much for the support. You have always been here for me, and you always keep supporting me each and every step of the way, and I don't take that for granted. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I hope guys that you're keeping safe from wherever you're watching me from. I hope that everything is moving easy, you know. I hope that there is calm and rest for all of you. So yeah, please make sure that you're keeping safe. I'll see you guys on my next video. So bye for now.